How y'all doing? Still over here pushing through on getting these orcs on their feet. Probably about 2/3 into it, I'm hoping. Doesn't look like that many bases left. Getting back into what I'm talking to, and I hope you don't mind that I'm still getting personal. It's just, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that's really weighing heavy on me right now, and it's a lot of stuff is the reason why I'm doing this, to keep me focused. Because I've been dealing with this issue since like 2008, but the last 5 years have been grinding. A little over 2 of those years were spent working at the United States Postal Office as a rural carrier, which was just a grinding job, like 6 to 7 hours a day, or 6 to 7 days a week, 9 to 18 hours a day. And like there's some not a days, it wouldn't nothing to work 19 hours in a day, because the problem is, like, when you're casing mail, I was good, I'm very organized, but because I wasn't a regular carrier, I was a junior. I forgot they called. There was a name for it, but I was a letter carrier, but I wasn't like a career one. Anyways, once I got back from running my shift or my route as fast as I was, I had to run out and help other people's routes that were still out there because the mail had to be run, which I got, but it also sucked. Double that, I was writing this book while I was running that mail. Like I had sometimes a laptop, sometimes a sketchbook just sitting there in the truck with me while I'm running mails, just writing stuff down for that book. And it was grueling. And then when I quit there, I started at this paint studio, which later grew into a hobby shop that had a cafe and D&D rooms and all this stuff, and it was pretty freaking amazing. And I'll say what I built a lot of that alongside the owner. I was right there giving as much as he gave, and he took everything he could from me. He'd constantly ask me to drive around my truck to do getting things, and like I said, I kept my meter running from the post office. I spent $5,200 of my money on gas running errands for the store, going to Lowe's, going to Home Depot, going to Costco, going to the dump, all these other places. He reimbursed me $20 twice. It's when we first started, we were trying to get the cracker packs going, so I spent like $2,200 of my money that we talked about reimbursing me later once they sold, and they did sell for $4,400, so he doubled his money, but he never reimbursed me. He didn't care, and he always said how he cared, but he just didn't. It's like after we had our falling out, it was about 2 months ago. Today was the first time I contacted him because I was just looking for some shred of just humility in him, some shred of saying that, okay, there was some part about him that actually cared about me at all, but I didn't find it at all, because I'm fighting the urge of just burning everything down, metaphorically, because he's done things that if I report, it's going to send everything he's got financially tumbling to the ground. And like I said, I'm fighting the urge. Part of me doesn't want to do it, the other part of me does, and it's not just so much out of vengeance, it's just retribution, because he doesn't want to admit what he did. Like, the email he sent back was just textbook gaslighting about how he tried to put me on leave because he thinks I needed to get help. Bro, I didn't need to get help. I needed to get away from you. Now that I'm away from him, I'm fine, because he's not fucking berating me all the time. He's not putting me down. It's like he didn't have any employee that was bought in more than I did, but he still spit at me all the time, which I couldn't understand. My friend tried to explain it in the sense of the Count of Monte Cristo story, where I'm a peasant and this is a dude who has multiple businesses, money. He's got everything he should have. He should be happy. But at the same time, he was always intrigued by me because I didn't need all that. None of that stuff ever excited me about him. And it's just kind of like that movie, The Count of Monte Cristo, where Guy Pearce's character, the Count of Montego, or whatever, not Mondego, wherever he was, shouldn't want to be the clerk's son, but he did because of who Edmond was. But I don't know. Not that I'm Edmond Dante, but I definitely gave that dude more than he deserved, and he paid me back in change. And like I said, I'm just fighting the urge. Do I metaphorically burn his whole world down, or do I not? And I don't know what to do, because all I needed him to do was to apologize. Just make an effort to say, you know what, I'm sorry I screwed you over after everything I did. And he didn't. He refused to. Just ignored it altogether. He ignored everything I said altogether just to pretend like he was the victim. And it's like thoughts like that make me want to push that button on the site and report it and just take everything he did down. I don't know. I'm fighting with that, and I don't know what to do. It's bothering me that this is my headspace. And I'm hoping this pile of plastic will help in some way, but I don't know. And maybe I don't show up my face, man, but it's rough in here. Thank you again for your time. I'm hoping I'm not wasting it. I really am. Have a lovely day.